I want to be upfront with you about something before we start. I've covered a lot of stories on this channel, signals from dead planets, experiments that should never have happened, things found in places humans were never supposed to reach. This one bothered me differently. In 1998, the Mexican government sealed a cave beneath the Yucatán Peninsula. No announcement, no explanation, just a steel door, a federal order, and 3 researchers who quit their careers the same week it happened. One of them, tracked down by a journalist 5 years later, said one thing before hanging up. "There are places we were never supposed to find. That cave is one of them." I've been sitting with that quote for a while now, because the more I dug into this, the more I understood exactly what he meant. Here's what most people don't realize about the Yucatán. The ground beneath your feet, there isn't solid. Not really. The entire peninsula sits on top of one of the most extensive underground water systems on Earth. Over 270 kilometers of mapped underwater cave passages, connected by flooded tunnels that stretch further than anyone has fully explored. And I want you to hold on to that word, mapped, because mapped means documented, accounted for, safe enough that someone was willing to put their name on it. The unmapped sections are a different conversation entirely. The Maya understood this. They called these cave systems Xibalba, the place of fear, the road to the underworld. Certain caves were sealed, not explored, not studied, just closed, with the kind of finality that suggests they didn't want anyone, including themselves, going back. In 1997, a research team of 6 decided to go somewhere the Maya had specifically chosen to leave alone. I think about that decision a lot when I read what happened next. The first 2 days were normal. That's worth saying because it makes what came after harder to dismiss. 6 experienced researchers, good equipment, clear water, standard cave passages, nothing unexpected. Then on day 2, about 200 meters into the flooded passage system, one of the divers stopped. There was a wall, not rock, not a natural formation, fitted stone, hand-placed, deliberately constructed, directly across the entire width of the passage. Pre-Columbian, the anthropologist confirmed it within an hour. But here's the part that I keep coming back to. The wall had been built from the other side. The way the stones were fitted, the physics of how they were placed, it was only possible if the builders were on the far side of the wall when they finished it. They built it, and then they stayed behind it. Whatever they were sealing off, they sealed themselves in with it. The team spent 2 days documenting before they made a decision that, honestly, I understand, but also, knowing what I know now, I wish they hadn't. They removed 3 stones from the upper section and pushed a camera through. The field notes describe what they saw as, and this is a direct quote, a chamber of considerable size, with features inconsistent with any known geological or archaeological formation. They went through on day 5, all 6 of them. Of course they did. I want you to picture this space, 60 meters across, ceiling so high their lights couldn't find it. And the water was wrong. Every other passage in the system was crystal clear, the way Yucatan water is, filtered clean through limestone over thousands of years. The water in that chamber was black and cold, much colder than it should have been at that depth, in that location. Nobody on the team had an explanation for it. The walls were covered floor to ceiling in glyphs. The anthropologist spent 6 hours photographing them. She noted in her log that they resembled Maya script, but deviated enough to suggest either a much older origin or something else entirely, a tradition nobody had ever documented. She also noted, almost as an aside, that she felt watched the entire time. She chalked it up to the darkness, the isolation, reasonable explanation. I'd probably do the same. The divers went deep on day 2 inside the chamber, 40-meter limit, 20-minute bottom time, standard return. They came back in 11 minutes. Neither of them gave a full account of what they saw. The senior diver said the passage continued beyond their visibility range, and that at the edge of their lights, the water moved. Not current, not their fins disturbing it. Something moved toward them. That night, all 6 researchers slept in the dry upper section near the entrance. 3 of them woke at different times during the night to the same sound. Not from above, not from outside, from the water, from inside the chamber they'd sealed behind them. Slow, deliberate, knocking, beat of silence, no music, just ambient cave sound, then one distant knock, like something that had been waiting a very long time and had just realized it wasn't alone anymore. They left the next morning. 8 days after they went in, all 6 came out. The report was filed internally, never published. Every freedom of information request to access it has been denied. The site is classified as a protected cultural heritage location under active investigation. That investigation has been ongoing for 28 years. The cave was sealed within 6 months. Steel reinforced door, federal preservation order, 400-meter exclusion zone, no public announcement, no academic paper, nothing. Of the 6 researchers, 2 still work in their fields and don't discuss it. 1 left the country and disappeared from academic records by 1999. The anthropologist published 2 papers on Yucatán glyph systems, neither mentioning the chamber, and retired at 41. The 2 cave divers both resigned from research within 3 months of coming home. The senior diver gave one interview in 2011, a small regional paper. The journalist asked if he'd ever go back. He sat with that question for a long time, long enough that the journalist noted it. Then he said, "The door they put on that cave isn't to keep people out. It's so whatever is in there can't figure out how to open it from the other side." The journalist didn't ask a follow-up question. I don't blame them. The cave is still sealed. The glyphs were never published. The photographs exist somewhere in a classified government report that nobody outside that office has read. And beneath the Yucatán, the water keeps moving through those passages, slowly, the way ancient things move, with no particular urgency and no awareness of us at all. Or maybe some awareness. It's hard to know. Next week, the bottom of the ocean, a trench deeper than Everest, is tall. In 2019, a research submersible filmed 40 seconds of footage that the crew refused to describe on record. The footage was never released, but a transcript of what the crew said to each other during those 40 seconds was. I'll see you then.